Hi, my name is Sam. It's 2024, November 9th, 2:49 p.m. This video is going to attempt to document the process where we appoint a relation between a symbol and a format group. In this case, I'm reviewing some information, and based on what I've come across, it's evident that the people that I've been showing, they don't act upon what they should know, which is we establish a point and a relation that is symbolic, and the symbolic, that which refers, has a referent. So we stand in a position and we have a point, and this point is expected to go to a base which reflects this data, so that we also have a construct that this entire unit should be found once and only once at the destination. That's the purpose of a point. If you have many points, there's no focus. So when I go to the destination that's related to the link, I can, prior to coming, I control C to copy it to my clipboard, and now I can control F and paste it. There's 15 iterations. There's no focus. The whole purpose is to have a point-to-point relation, establish a base, and every other use case that fulfills the need of that use case specification goes from many to one. It's a many-to-one relation, not a many one-to-many relation. So when you have a base, the base is one. Trying to go further, we try to divide the data from the format, meaning there would actually be two bases or two aspects to the base. One is effort as the source, the other one is the format source. But when there's failure to do a many-to-one relation, attempting to separate data from format becomes confusing, I suppose, to the people. But over here, I see that I've got 15 iterations of what should have been a base point. So what we'll do is we'll toggle through each of them, and we have here that we're identifying a document and considering it in itself as a type self, and it is as day. Our goal is to establish it as a day, which differentiates it as a symbolic, an individuated symbolic day, which is given a name. So it becomes a date of type day, and the format group here will establish the different checklist items that we apply in order to know that this day has been processed correctly. At this point, there's a difference between these, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. But over here we have one of them, and what we can do is this is also incorrect. When you have data, you set it apart, and this is something from Object Pascal, where you'd use you encapsulate the data and you make clear where you begin and where you end based on these lines. So I've got a beginning and an end here, and when the two lines are at the same position, this is one unit. I haven't moved on. I'm still dealing with, in this case, number 3. And what I want to do is now take a look at number 3 and run this through the tokenizer to see if we can get a specification of token count, character count, and then we'll add chunks that are specific to the use case that we have. So we'll do OpenAI tokenizer. We bring that, it's on my clipboard. Everything I do, I take a copy so that when I move on, I still have that memory in my clipboard. And at this point, I've got 14 tokens, 31 characters. So if we were to establish this as being made up of 14 tokens, 13 characters, but this is not chunk-based data. What we want to do is establish the chunks based on our use case, which include a demarker of entry point that doesn't have a priori assumption other than I begin here. And that's the apostrophe with the space. And then my first chunk that is a meaningful component, because just being there doesn't have any import unless you have knowledge of what to do and the will to apply it. So that this point of focus is going to be our first chunk, but it consists of, it itself consists of, I believe it's 7. So we have a space before and a space after, 1 there, and then we have the begin and end. We use the symbols to indicate in a given construct certain attempts to shepherd our direction, establish our base, relate and link to a source, apply or reveal the ideal, and then give orientation to what we're looking at. And in this case, it's just a symbolic that is seeking to replace what we're linking to the point, so that we're dealing more on a token-based construct, that the detail doesn't matter past the ability to go step by step and recognize. And I'm already too distracted. Sorry.